over the years, I've covered how the Dice Tower is a acquiescing group to the social justice mob. And a lot of people who work there are a heavy part of the social justice mob. Tom Vasel, for whatever reason, seems to think that appeasing these people and working towards this is somehow a good thing. And unfortunately, it's absolutely shot the channel in the foot over the last several years. Now, there was a big controversy that went down this week over a game called Ace of Spades, which I'm going to get into in just a moment. And this Ace of Spades thing was attacked by a woke mob, who then, of course, branded the game racist. And as they attacked everybody on Board Game Geek and on Blue Sky, the company was pressured into removing the game. And so the Dice Tower responded by removing their reviews of the game. Very interesting stuff. Now, the Dice Tower, in their original review of this, made no reference of any of this stuff. They had no problem with this whatsoever, but it all changed once this became a big controversy. So let's go into this, and let's talk about what's going on. Yes, as you can see, Reddit's already saying, the Dice Tower maintains an apolitical position. It's not true. Tom Vasel has made very political moves over the years, and it always targets normal people and conservatives on behalf of the social justice mob. Let's get into this in just a moment. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things games, fantasy, and science fiction. I'm a fantasy and science fiction writer and a journalist myself. This is my Fandom Pulse Substack, and I want you to sign up here, guys. I report on the news on everything that's going on. Worldcon this morning, I'm reviewing Strange New Worlds. I would love to get a tabletop games reviewer on here. Of course, we need to build this over time and get as much content as possible, but we try to do what we can on this. I do have a tabletops games section, and I cover the stories that nobody else does. We'll talk about this tomorrow. There's a board game harassment mob that's organizing through a Discord server that's causing all this stuff, that's causing all these companies and people like Tom Vasel to react. And, of course, they've been doing this type of thing for years. And it is something that's been going on very bad in board gaming. And the aforementioned Ace of Spades is on here. We're talking about the Harry Potter code names, which is getting canceled as well. Pushing Magic the Gathering into feminization. A lot's going on in board gaming that nobody else is covering. So get on here because this is the spot I can stay in touch with you. I can only do a couple YouTube videos a day, but I write a lot of articles here, and my team writes a lot of articles on here. So you'll find out a lot about what's going on, and I appreciate you guys for being here. So this is the spot to be. Sign up here. It's on Substack. A free membership, of course, is nice. I can stay in touch with you and, of course, get you on the stories without having to worry about algorithm stuff. And if you want to support a paid membership, I would really appreciate it. It's the best way to do our journalism. We do it without advertising because this way we don't have to bow to any pressure or anything like that. That's the thing about the Dice Tower. They have advertising pressure and board game pressure. So they bow to this kind of stuff because of that kind of pressure. We're immune to it because we're supported by gamers like you. Grab this in the description below. Thank you for being here. And yes, this is the Ace of Spades situation, which is this was blasted for, quote, racist imagery. As you can see, you got your black guy in chains. Oh, no. You know what that means. Slavery and slaver. Oh, no. So we can't reference that from existing. Oh, my gosh. So they're panicking over that, of course. Bad news, voodoo daddy. Oh, no. And I don't say the art's good or anything like that, but I don't really think there's any racist overtones or anything like this other than having the setting be what it is. And so it's ridiculous for them to, of course, go on this and cancel it. Well, the company did pull their game and bow to the woke mob after, here we go, racist imagery in the game, racist POS, racist artwork from a racist publisher. Rah! And naturally, this is what they said in response in their big, lengthy thing. We recognize that an apology is not enough. We acknowledge Ace of Spades included inappropriate content. So ridiculous. Just stop. Stop bowing to the mob. We take full responsibility, apologize, and are taking immediate action. Our commitment, listen, make it right, do better. Only action can rebuild the trust we've broken. Now, here's the thing. A lot of these people are not buying games anyway. Let's talk about the social justice mob. They are perpetually outraged, perpetually online people. They're broke. They don't have money to buy games. They probably were not buying this game anyway, most of the people commenting on this. And therefore, what are you doing? You are just getting people who did buy the game and telling them that their purchase was invalid. That's making them not support you in the future, and the social justice mob's still not going to support you in the future. That's why you never bow to these sort of things. That's like rule number one, never apologize to SJWs. I've dealt with this in the past as well, And just because of my coverage of these games and stuff like this, people like Tom Vasel have banned me from the Dice Tower convention, caused a lot of problems for me. And, of course, these people attack conservatives in these spaces and anybody on the right in these spaces because they see this social pressure, and conservatives are not pushing social pressure back. So we need to, of course, change gaming to be about games again and not about this garbage, and that's exactly what we're trying to do here on the channel and the like. Now, the Dice Tower has had a history of politics, as much as this Reddit post is saying that they're apolitical. The Dice Tower refused to review a game by a fellow named Robert Burke because Robert Burke was an outspoken conservative who had a Conservatives in Gaming Facebook group, which, of course, got harassed and, of course, got taken down by people harassing that mob. Of course, the Dice Tower had Suzanne Sheldon as a contributor for a long time. That Suzanne Sheldon harassed Jeff Bergen from TGG Games and got him banned from Gen Con because of the fact that he was a Trump supporter openly, and she lied about his game, saying there were racist dog whistles in it because there was a frog on the rulebook cover. I'm dead serious. It was a frog. And the game was called Tournament Fishing. And so they have a history of bowing to this type of stuff. Not only that, but when the Black Lives Matter stuff was going really, really big, and Dice Tower has deleted this now, and it's all because of the pressure that I put on them from this channel. I'm dead. Yeah, they once I put the pressure on, they deleted it. It was very, very funny. But they interviewed Eric Lang, who is a serial race baiter in the board game industry, who uses the fact that he's part black to get jobs within the board game industry. And they actually did this whole whining of Black Lives Matter, white fragility, white privilege, where Tom Vasel just listened and posted that. And it was up there on their site for years. So they're not apolitical. They're pushing the social justice causes left and right, or just left, over and over and over again. And it came to our attention last year that one of their new hires last year, this is not all the way back to 2020 or anything like that, led a cancel campaign against a board game review group because they were conservative. Now, a lot of board gamers are conservative. It's a family hobby, and of course the left wanted to take it over, and so they've really made a big disaster of it in recent years, and this is why the gaming industry is having a lot of problems right now. But as you see, this is it. As many are aware, the Dice Tower maintains an apolitical position and avoids controversial topics whenever possible. Yeah, except when they don't want to. In a vacuum, this may appear to be a noble goal. However, board gaming is not a hobby engaged in a vacuum. And recently coming to light, Ace of Spades depicts blatantly racist imagery. I think an evaluation of potential harm caused by this position is warranted. Importantly, they were not the only reviewers who had early copies of this and published content without mentioning any problems, because there weren't any problems with the game. This was all made up on Blue Sky because once the target group comes in, this is what they do. And here it is. 2 weeks ago, at Gen Con, Dice Tower released a review. They gave the game 8.5, and 8, saying that it was an excellent game. This is Tom Vasel himself. Now, again, wasn't controversial. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a game. Nobody was noticing it until Blue Sky and Board Game Geek decided to go on a cancel mob. And like I said, it's coordinated. Now, this is just a good game. There's no problem with having a historical game. You're not allowed to have historical games now. And Tom noted the game was hell theming, which is literally, darkness and hell, which is what's in the game here, right? And so this was something that they gave a good review. It was a good game. And then the BGG post from Jeremy Howard around noon calls attention to its racist imagery, and people commented. And so they went full clout right here, and there was no response from the Dice Tower. Later in the evening, and several hours after Jeremy Howard, the Dice Tower both deleted all comments on the video and then suspended further commenting. Oh, yes. This is the thing, guys. And Tom Vasel, I know you watch my videos because you see about me. It's very sad because this is a very overtly Christian and right-wing channel, and of course Tom Vasel signals who he's with all the time, which is not with the Christians and not with right-wing people, obviously. Then they publicly responded with a apology, and then Dice Tower removed Ace of Spades from their channel. They've also released 4 videos, with none of which address any of this in any way. So they just deleted it and tried to make it go away so they could appease the social justice mob right here. And as you could tell, they're never appeased. This is why you never try to appease these people. I'm not a fan, but this game's sales number are not specifically their fault, and I don't see we should have done anything differently, they said. And that's it. Devir pulled the game, and they pulled the review. What else should they do? Why are we piling on? Yes, because we got to be outraged. This is the terminally online people that the Dice Tower wants to appease, and this is who they want to appeal to. So that's it right now. This is pretty funny. Why the witch hunt against the Dice Tower if they force people to buy this? Again, and that's the thing, like, none of these people are forcing anybody to buy these games. I mean, if they liked a game, let somebody like a game. What's a problem with that? They can't handle it. You must not like things that the social justice mob doesn't like. And that's exactly what Tom Vasel gives into every single time he does this type of thing, whether it's banning Robert Burke and his games from being reviewed because he's a conservative, from banning me from conventions because I'm a conservative and a Christian, or from getting, having his contributors attack other people because they're conservatives and Christians. This is exactly what gets done every single time. And so this is why we need, something else, something different. And as you can see, it is off the Dice Tower now. This video is completely deleted. It's gone. You can't find anything about it. When you try to hit it on the YouTube channel, it's not there. It just goes to this, and there's nothing to see here. It's all gone. Very, very sad on this level, but this is who the Dice Tower is. So, guys, demand better from your media. This is the Fandom Pulse. We are calling out all the woke stuff that's out there and trying to promote good stuff, too. When we see something good going on in the culture, we love to put that up there and promote alternatives to these sorts of companies that acquiesce to the mob. And we'll have more, again, on that coordinated Discord mob that is doing this intentionally and harassing board game companies to get this kind of agenda going. The thing that needs to be done here, and if, Tom, you watch this, don't bow to those type of people. They are evil, objectively, and they're cancel pigs, and you need to do better over on the Dice Tower. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Sign up for the Phantom Pulse Substack in the description below. We'll be back.